Once upon a time, nestled in a cozy little farmhouse, lived a litter of newborn kittens. Among them were two who stood out, a fluffy white kitten named Snowball and a sleek, skinny black kitten named Midnight. From the moment their eyes opened, Snowball was the center of attention. His fur was as pure and white as fresh winter snow. Everyone who visited the farm would scoop him up, cooing, "Oh, look at this perfect little angel." He would purr and knead his paws, soaking up the endless affection. Snowball had the warmest spot by the fire, the first taste of milk, and a collection of jingling toys. He was happy, loved, and a little bit spoiled. Then there was Midnight. His fur was the color of a starless night sky, and his eyes were big, round, and full of a quiet longing. When visitors came, they often overlooked him. "Oh, a black cat," they'd say, sometimes with a shiver, their minds filled with old, silly superstitions. "They bring bad luck, you know." Midnight didn't understand what bad luck meant. All he knew was that while Snowball was being cuddled, he was often left alone in the shadows of the barn. He was smaller and skinnier than his brother, not because he was unwell, but because he was often too shy to push his way to the food bowl. He would watch Snowball play, his heart aching with a desire to join in. He'd try to pounce on a piece of stray yarn, but his attempts often went unnoticed. He felt invisible, like a tiny shadow in a world full of light. One day, the farmer's little girl, Lily, came to the barn. She was a quiet child with a big heart. She saw the usual crowd around Snowball, but her eyes scanned the hay-strewn floor and found two gleaming green eyes watching from a dark corner. It was Midnight. Lily slowly approached him, her hand outstretched. Midnight flinched, expecting to be ignored or pushed away. But Lily's touch was gentle. She didn't say he was bad luck. Instead, she whispered, "Hello there. You have a coat like velvet and eyes like emeralds. You're beautiful." For the first time, Midnight felt a warmth that had nothing to do with the sun or the fireplace. It was the warmth of kindness. He tentatively leaned into her hand and let out a small, rusty purr. It was a sound he hadn't practiced much. From that day on, Lily became Midnight's special person. She would bring him his own little bowl of milk and sit with him while he ate. She made him a toy mouse from an old sock, and they would play for hours, chasing it across the barn floor. Lily didn't see a symbol of bad luck. She saw a friend who needed love. As the days turned into weeks, a wonderful change came over Midnight. With regular meals and a heart full of happiness, he was no longer the skinny, timid kitten. His black coat grew thick and glossy, shining like polished obsidian in the sun. He became playful and confident. His purr was now a loud, rumbling motor that started whenever Lily was near. One afternoon, a big storm rolled in. Thunder boomed and lightning flashed across the sky. The power went out, plunging the farmhouse into darkness. Everyone was a little scared, huddled together in the living room. Snowball, who was used to being the center of a calm world, was terrified. He hid under a sofa, trembling. But Midnight was used to the dark. The shadows were his old friends. As Lily's mum fumbled around looking for a flashlight, she tripped over a rug. Just as she was about to fall, Midnight, who had been silently following Lily, let out a loud, distinct meow right by her feet, warning her of the obstacle. She caught her balance just in time. "Oh, thank you, little one," she exclaimed, reaching down to pat his head in the dark. Later that night, the family heard a strange scratching noise coming from the kitchen pantry. The farmer worried it might be a rat. Before he could even get up, Midnight, with his sharp hearing and night vision, darted into the pantry. A moment later, he trotted out, proudly carrying a small field mouse that had snuck into steel grain. He dropped it at the farmer's feet, looking up with pride. The farmer chuckled, his old superstitions melting away. "Well, I'll be," he said, scratching Midnight behind the ears. "You're not bad luck at all. You're our little guardian, a very good boy." From then on, everything changed. The family saw Midnight not for the color of his fur, but for the content of his character. They saw his bravery, his loyalty, and his loving heart. He was no longer the forgotten kitten. He got just as many cuddles as Snowball, and sometimes even more. He and Snowball even became the best of friends, chasing each other through the fields and napping together in sunbeams. Midnight taught everyone on the farm a valuable lesson, that a book or a kitten should never be judged by its cover. True worth and beauty are found on the inside, and a little bit of love can make anyone shine, no matter what color their fur is. And so the little black kitten, who once felt like a shadow, finally found his place in the sun, loved for exactly who he was. Thank you so much for watching this story. If it touched your heart, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming tales.